on DC News Now. We're talking about a few light rain showers. That's across parts of Maryland, but back over towards western Maryland, those higher elevations. Yet again, we're tracking some snow showers to start off this morning. When do these showers finally move out? Those details coming up.
Also coming up this morning, a close call caught on camera in Fairfax County. We've got the video showing the moments of that scary crash.
Well, stretched to the limit, the district struggling to handle the number of migrants coming into the city. Why officials believe the problem could get worse.
Plus, a scaly surprise in Prince William County. How the snake managed to slow down traffic at a busy intersection.
The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
All right, it's 6 o'clock on this Wednesday morning. Good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. I'm Corey James.
Good morning. I'm Tanaya Wright. We're going to start you off with a live look outside on this Wednesday. Jackie, is that snow?
That is snow. Yes,
Why?
This is from Swanton, Maryland. Oh, well, the reason why is because we have much colder air aloft, and then with these higher elevations back out towards western Maryland and those temperatures on the colder side. We're going to be seeing that precipitation falling as some that wintry precipitation in the form of some lighter snow showers back out towards western Maryland. Garrett County still under that winter weather advisory until 10 a.m. this morning for that snow. And all those dots on the radar that you're seeing right there back out towards western Maryland, those are some snow reports. Hearing reports of at least 4 inches of snow has already fallen near Grantsville, Maryland over the last 24 hours. Because yesterday morning, if you remember, we started off with snow out towards Garrett County, and this morning we're starting off yet again. Now, also we're tracking reduced visibility down about a half mile to a mile of visibility in extreme westernmost parts of Maryland. Back over towards parts of, say, north central Maryland, we're seeing some lighter rain showers at this point, especially near North Germantown, off towards Eldersburg as well. So keep your umbrella handy. You may need that also through later on today with some spotty showers in the forecast. Temperatures into the 40s, starting about 50 degrees across the region right now. Those winds relatively light at this hour. A few gusts though, right around 20 miles per hour. We'll be breezy through the day today. More details coming up. Shanika's here with a all-important look at the roadways. How's traffic?
All right, well, it's looking pretty good along the Capitol Beltway. On this side in Prince George's County, right near 214 Central Avenue. As time goes on, though, do watch for delays. In this part, that will be on the inner loop. Now, looking at DC 295 north and south, everything is well, but as you head further south past Kenilworth and Eastern Avenue, you're going to start to see some delays build. Right now, looking at your Beltway overall, everything mostly green, no worries. Southeast Southwest Freeway, mostly green as well, heading east and west. And in Northern Virginia, no problems right now, aside from that situation in Manassas off of Balls Ford and Wellington Road.
Thank you, Shanika. Your time right now is 6:02 on a Wednesday.
Yeah, let's take a look at your Do and Go headlines this morning. Right now, the search for an inmate who escaped a Virginia jail is ramping up. The FBI now offering a $50,000 reward for information leading to the arrest of Alder Marin Sotelo. Authorities say he's extremely dangerous, and anyone who sees him should call 911.
And some updates for Metro riders this morning. The Yellow Line is reopening on Sunday starting at 7 a.m. Trains will run every 8 minutes on the weekdays. Metro is also ramping up service for Red Line customers during the weekday rush hour. Starting next Monday, those trains will come every 6 minutes during the busy weekday periods.
And Montgomery County Councilman Will Jawando is running to replace retiring Maryland Senator Ben Cardin. Cardin has served in the Senate for decades. The race is expected to attract multiple high-profile Maryland Democrats. Which one is it?
And happening today, leaders in Prince William County are expected to vote on putting metal detectors in schools. Now, board members have been debating on whether to add them to the entrances and exits at the high schools. The conversation sparked after a 6-year-old shot his teacher at an elementary school in Newport News, and that was earlier this year. If the board votes in favor of funding the project, those metal detectors would be installed before the next school year.
All right, time right now was 6:03. A close call for a Fairfax County officer. Video showing the moment he barely escaped a teen driver who veered off the road and came speeding towards him. DC News Now's Tosa Vakili is live at the police department this morning. And Tosa, that officer was simply doing his job, conducting a traffic stop when this all happened.
Corey, good morning. That's correct. Doing his job almost cost him his life. And let's talk about that speed. Police say the driver of the car that caused the crash was going over double the speed limit of that area. That car was going 120 miles per hour. The speed limit there was 50 miles per hour. Now, we're going to show you that video, but we do want to warn you, it might be a little disturbing to watch. And if you have children in the room, you might want to take them out at this moment. Take a look at this video. And that sound really jarring to hear. This disturbing crash happened on Fairfax County Parkway, just south of Braddock Road. Now, it's more disturbing this crash happened while the veteran officer had just pulled over a car going 73 miles in that 50-mile zone. The officer's decision to be on the passenger side of the person he pulled over, officials say, may have saved his life. The driver and the passenger in the vehicle that caused that crash were all teenagers under the age of 18, according to police. Now, Fairfax County Police say they are working aggressively to lower the number of crashes, especially those involving teens, and the police chief is asking this of parents.
Be really careful about the types of cars that you may purchase or help purchase for your teenagers to drive, because the car involved in that collision yesterday was a whole lot of car for an inexperienced driver. It was a rocket, and then it became a missile.
Now, the chief said the dramatic increase in traffic enforcement in Fairfax County is intentional. And here's why. Some interesting statistics from that county. Criminal arrests up 30%. Traffic citations up 62%. And DUIs are up 30%. Now, the chief says the officer has been on the force for 13 years and says the little decisions that officer made may have played a role in saving his life. Now, the identity of the teens in the car has not been identified, but we do know this, that the driver of that car has been charged with reckless driving, which is the highest form of most serious driving related offense. Now, coming up in the next hour, you'll hear what officials in Fairfax County say they're doing to help reduce the number of fatal crashes, especially those involving teens. But for now, we're live at the Fairfax County Police Department. I'm Tosin Fakile for DC News Now. Back to you.
All right, so glad that officer's okay. Tosin, thank you. Your time right now. Yeah, unbelievable video. 6:06 is your time on this Wednesday morning. Searching for answers, a wife is looking for closure after her husband was shot and killed inside a parking garage in downtown Silver Spring.
This happened about 5 months ago, and police say they still do not have any leads. Police say on December 21st, Charles Reynolds was out in Silver Spring with his family. Officials say the 62-year-old went to put leftovers in the car while the rest of his family went for ice cream. A few minutes later, Karis Hastings learned her husband would never come home.
We literally, in a 6-minute time frame, went from celebrating and being together, getting ready for Christmas, to then just the unimaginable that that he had been shot, that they were trying to revive him, and then they were unable to.
Police say at the time of the shooting, there were no video cameras in the garage. Silver Spring police say they have made changes in that area. They have increased the number of officers in downtown Silver Spring. Officials say the department has also put portable cameras in the area. Police say they're also working with the county's Department of Transportation to improve cameras in county-owned garages.
All right, your time right now at 6:07. A new bill is being introduced by several D.C. council members to help tenants avoid hot apartments during the summer. It's called the Cools Act. Now, current law does not require landlords to turn on the AC until May 15th. But weather experts say we're going to experience some temperatures that are above 80 degrees earlier this year. The initiative would update the district's regulations for buildings with older systems. And D.C. restaurants and small businesses impacted by the pandemic could soon see some relief. Councilmember Charles Allen introduced a bill to help owners recover. He says small businesses have fewer resources to adapt to the changing industry. Some of those changes introduced in the bill include increasing the real estate tax credit from $5,000 to $10,000. It also bans sales tax on service fees, and service fees would no longer be considered sales, which is used in calculating rent for small businesses. Councilmember Allen hopes these changes will help local small businesses stay afloat.
Your time right now is coming up on 6:09 this morning. It could get a little loud in Bethesda today. Construction on the Purple Line project. Now crews will be running a blast test in the area, happening in what will be the future elevator shaft. It is going to be on Elm Street and Wisconsin Avenue. Officials say warning horns will sound before each blast, so people will get a heads up. And Metro is ramping up service for Red Line customers during the weekday rush hour. Starting next Monday, Red Line trains will come every 6 minutes during the busy weekday period. That is from 6 a.m. till 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Now, outside of those hours, Red Line trains will continue to run every 8 to 10 minutes. Metro says the change comes as ridership is bouncing back from the pandemic. And looking ahead, after about 8 months or so of work, the Yellow Line is reopening, and this is going to start Sunday at 7 a.m. Crews repaired the decades-old tunnel and replaced bridge bearings and expansion joints. Metro says initially, trains will run every 8 minutes on the weekdays. Service will only run between Huntington and Mount Vernon Square stations. Now, meantime, May 19th is opening day for the Potomac Yard Metro station. That will be Metro's 98th station.
All right, we're hearing from the next mayor of New Carrollton, Maryland. Councilmember Katrina Dodro beat current mayor Felicia Nimbard in Monday's election. We spoke with Dodro about the future of the city. Now, last week, Nimbard fired longtime police chief David Rice, citing personnel issues. Part of Dodro's new vision for the city includes possibly bringing Rice back. She says it is going to take time, though, to rebuild.
Absolutely. We are definitely planning to reinstall him. We want a combination of the tradition of New Carrollton and looking towards the future.
And we reached out to former police chief David Rice for comment. He tells us it would be an honor to be reinstated as the police chief. Meantime, College Park is gearing up for a special election happening this weekend on Saturday. Voters will cast their ballots for a new mayor after former Mayor Patrick Wuyan resigned in early March. He was later arrested and charged with 80 counts of child pornography. Polls open at 10 o'clock in the morning and close at 6 that night.